up there, guys? Happy Sunday. It is about noon here, and I decided that I was going to make up some new clay masters and make another video on pouring, because I haven't made a pouring video since, you know, the first video I ever uploaded, so a really long time. So I went ahead here today and I just made a couple of masters. Got a little drop shot minnow, some good detail there, flat tail, you know. It's about 3 inches maybe. And then I'm trying 2 new designs that I think are pretty innovative I came up with this morning. So you look at this, it's all normal, just looks like snake. But then, look what I got down there. Almost looks like a ship anchor, right? And in theory, in my head, I'm thinking that this will displace water and cause it to rock back and forth. Regardless of what it actually does, it'll definitely do something. So it'll be interesting to see what I've come up with here. If you guys are wondering, I'm just using a big block of Alumilite synthetic modeling clay. And then finally, I've got a little frog topwater type thing here with the same design. Now sure, you see this with hollow body frogs. You can see, for example, a snag-proof Gunnersville frog looks pretty similar to this. However, I don't think there's anything like this on soft plastics, with soft plastics. So I'm going to give it a try. I'm going to use hardener in the back of this one, of the frog, so that it will stay firm as it's moving through the water, and then the soft plastic in the front, so harden the back, soft in front. And in this video, instead of RTV, I'm going to make molds out of plaster, so I'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, so now I've got just a little barbecue dripping, catching, you know, cheap metal thing. And what I did is I covered it in a layer of aluminum foil. Because you can see these things have lines on the bottom, so it gives me a smoother base to my mold. And also, when I'm taking the plaster out, it makes it easy and reusable. Just take out the aluminum foil and the mold will follow. You still have this thing and you can use it again and again. Otherwise you have to bend it and pry at it to get out the plaster. So that's just something that I do. Next, I'm going to get some super glue and just simply glue each master to the base of this pan. And I'll get back to you after that. Okay, so now we're going to mix up our plaster. I've just got, you know, one of those 25-pound bags of it in a Home Depot bucket. I'm going to mix it in here. Just eyeball how much you need. That should be plenty. So now you just mix the water and the plaster with a big wooden spoon or whatever. You're looking for a pancake battered consistency. Okay. This down. Reposition this. Let's see. Excuse me. Okay, so here's my masters in the pan. plaster. I'm just gonna pour it over. Get back. Okay, so my plaster here should be nice and dry. I did have a little bit overly watery solution this time around, but the thing with plaster is the water will still evaporate. It'll just take a little bit longer. So if you messed up the ratio in a silicone mold, you'd be in trouble, but I'm not too worried about this. It might just affect the finish on my lures until it dries perfectly. So here, I'll show you what I'm doing. Just worked out perfectly. Just pop out that aluminum foil. You can use this pan a million times, which is great. Now, try and show you this. I'm just going to take off the foil. Easy. Then, go really slowly. Maybe some of your masters will come out for you. You get lucky. I got a little bit lucky. I've been luckier. So don't have to worry about those. They came out with the foil. If you want to save the clay, go for it. I tend to just throw it away at this point. And now, if you can work it out with your fingers, go ahead and do that. Or you can use an X-Acto knife, clay tool. Just get the clay out of your mold so that we can move forward here. This one's going to need a clay tool, so you can see, I'll show you what I got. Got that perfect mold because of the super glue. And I'll go get this one out with an X-Acto knife and then come back. Okay guys, back in the workshop now because this is where it gets a little messy. By workshop, I obviously mean garage. So I got my mold, but edges aren't perfect, so I'm going to take my X-Acto knife. I'm just going to do a little basic trimming along the edges. You want to be very sparing when you're trimming. I do this very slowly for perfection, so I'll get back to you and show you what I do. Because now I trim the edges, and my mold is perfect. You can recognize the clay masters I showed you earlier. Now, very important step that most people miss. I'm going to take just 50% water, 50% glue solution. Nothing mind-blowing. It's pretty generic. And I'm going to take a paintbrush. I'm just going to rub it into the mold, and what's that going to do is it's going to seal my mold. So when I put oil in, the oil will not soak in, it'll sit on top rather, so that you get a really nice shiny finish that I get on most of my lures. This is a beaver, dual color if you can see it, nice red and a nice brown. But when you don't do that, your lures will not turn out and your mold will not be as effective. So that's what I'm doing now, and I'll get back to you guys after that. Alright, so my mold is completely glue watered up now. So for the sake of the video, I'm gonna go set it out in the sun, so maybe this stuff will dry in time for me to pour some lures today. Yeah, I'm just gonna go put it out in the sun, see if it dries faster. Okay guys, so my mold's all dried now, so I'm gonna add some hardener to the brown plastic. And then I have a red plastic heating up that is going to be soft, so I'll get back to you when it's all. Okay, so I've got both my plastics heated up now, my mold is oiled, and I am just going to pour. Work fast before this stuff cools off. Okay, so I poured the brown with the hardener into the tails of the frog and that weird worm that I want to go like this. And then the other two I did just red because I didn't want those baits to be hard. So when they harden, I'll get back. Okay guys, now they're dry. Pull it out. Here's my frog, dual color frog, with the hard plastic in the back. Try and create some action there. I'm going to stick on some eyes, because why not? That looks nice. Swarm. Put eyes on it later, because this video is getting very long. And a nice little drop shot minnow. The softest plastic you can use. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, like. If you are interested in any of the baits that you've seen here, I do not have a company, but I'm always willing to consider a trade. So pop me a message. Thanks guys, bye.